I want to show you how easy it is to run a meeting using Microsoft Teams. Now, for the most part, if you've got video conferencing needs, so you have a microphone and stuff like that, you can use that. But you can use Microsoft Teams without video. You can basically run this using a phone call and a screen share. So let's take a look at the window I have right now. So this is a chat that I started out using with a person we've called Test User 21. So Test User 21 and I have been chatting back and forth just like you normally would in a chat. And in the top right-hand corner, there are 3 icons that apply to this conversation. So to Test User 21. I can start a video conference call. I can start an audio conference call. And I can also do screen sharing. Now, I want to point out that audio conference call doesn't mean a phone call. It means using your computer for audio. But the last item there is the screen share. Now, if I click on that, I'm going to start doing a screen share with Test User 21. And even though I may not have audio, I can pick up my phone and call them. So that way, even if you don't have all the hardware and stuff, you can still make use of the hardware you have, which is your phone for audio, and you can still use screen sharing to do the screen sharing aspect of it. Now, because we are in this conversation with Test User 21, I'm just going to demonstrate the video conference call. Audio is exactly the same, it just doesn't pull up a video. So when I go click on this video call here, what happens on the other end is Test User 21 gets a message saying, do you want to have a conversation? Once I connect to that user, their video will come up and I'll be able to start having a conversation with them. Notice on the bottom here, there's some commands. If I move my mouse, I'm going to see that I can turn my camera on and off. I can mute myself when I need to. I can still do a screen share right from in the conversation. So this is a simple way for us to be doing our conversations and chats with our different people. When I'm done, I just have to hang up. And it brings me back to my conversation. Now let's say that we have more than one person that we need to invite. So right now I've got test user. This is just between the two of us. I'm going to add another user. So I'm going to go up top here and I'm going to add in a new user. You'll notice that we've created a new conversation because it is a new conversation. When it's one-on-one, that's a single conversation. But when we have more than one person, now we have to go to a different conversation and add to that. We can still add more people into this conversation because this is now a group conversation or a group chat. Everything else applies. When I start typing it here, it goes to all those 2 people or 3 or 4, however many I want to do. And I can still use the same controls here. I still have all access to all those items there. Now, this is great when we want to do a quick chat and I'm just going to say, let's start and do this now. But what if I want to schedule a meeting? Well, it's really easy. When I'm in this either a single or a group chat, I go down to the bottom here and you'll see the calendar link in with the chat items. This allows me to go in and schedule. Now, all the members who are in that chat have been invited. So even if there's 15 other people, they will all be invited into there. I can add some new people to the conversation. And I would just fill this out just like you normally would any other kind of invitation. So here I've added some details. Notice that I have a location. I always put something there that says online with Microsoft Teams because sometimes we might have people who are in person at your physical location, some people not. So I always like to make sure people understand we're doing this through Microsoft Teams. Here are the items to discuss. Having the agenda into the actual invitation is always a good idea. It lets everyone understand what we're going to be covering during this meeting. Also, take a look at the scheduling assistant. Here are the times that we've selected. I'm going to make sure I pick down tomorrow instead at this time. It's also offering some other times if I want, but always check the scheduling assistant to make sure that these users are available, whoever else is going to be in there. Once you've done all that, you can just hit send. The invitation gets sent out. It'll be added to everyone's Outlook calendar with links back to this event. Now, here's the best part. When I look at this event, whether it's in Teams here, whether it's in Outlook, there is going to be a link there for it that says join Microsoft Teams meeting. That way you click on that, you automatically start your meeting and everyone's going to be in the same video conference. So it's easy for everyone to get access to that video conference and access to the link for that event. starting a video conference or arranging for a time to meet is a little bit different when you're in an actual team versus a group chat. Here I am in this Microsoft team, and if I go down to the bottom, you'll notice there's no calendar there. However, there is a video conference call or a video call. They call it Meet Now. When I click on Meet Now, it basically says, hey, whoever's in this team, I'm going to be pinging them right away here, and we're going to start a video conference. Now, if you don't want to meet right now, you can go to schedule a meeting down here. Once you do that, you're back at the same window, going through and doing all the different things that we did before. Notice who we're inviting. It automatically invites that channel. So I can have different channels invited to this as well. I can also invite other people that are optional, that aren't part of that channel. Other than that, everything else is exactly the same. If you have any questions about using video conferencing or Microsoft Teams for your meetings, please contact technology support at MacEwan University.